Welcome to forextrading.com. Let's talk about Fibonacci lines strategy. I'm showing this as a demonstration account strategy example because I'm not really using Fibonacci lines with real trading plan. But I know some people use it with success. Some people learn to trade with those Fibonacci important moments. Let's take, for example, this wave here. We can observe how how Fibonacci moments are showing us when the retracement of this wave is up to finished. For example, here we got situation where 61.8 line showed us the retracement was up to finish, but unfortunately the price went back to 50% of this wave line. So we are talking about some levels, some important levels Fibonacci has studied. So this man noticed that most of the strong trend retracements will stop at 61.8% of the wave, or at 50% of length of this wave, for example. Of course, some of the more strong, more important retracements will stop probably at 38.2 line, but most of them should be up to finish at those lines before those first lines. So we can take few examples to see how Fibonacci line, for example, is really working in an uptrend. So I've took, for example, this wave, part of the growing wave right here, and we see, for example, the retracement of this wave was about 50% of length. So we see at some particular levels a price stopped, and it is very often seen that at some points the price chart just stops at some particular level, and Fibonacci has studied those levels, and it is very useful to see how market works, to study. Here, for example, at this length of the wave, we see another 50% example, and it is not always quite obvious when the retracement will stop, either at 61.8 level or 50 or below that line. So we are not sure when the retracements will be up to finish. So it is important to look also at the other factors at the market, which I'm usually talking most of the time about. So Fibonacci levels is something you can learn from if you are beginning with the markets, or you are interested how does it really work, or if you can really use it with your private real account. I know some people, some traders tend to use it, so I think it is interesting to see how it really works, how many times you can speculate about those moments when the retracement is up to finish, and how many times it is really true that the price tends to go in different direction after meeting 61.8 or, for example, 50% of the wave. So it is something interesting to study and learn. As you can see in those and more examples, we can never predict if the price will stop at 61.8, 50% or 38 and 2, for example. So it is not really something I'm recommending in my training program, online trading course, to use at the beginning with trading career. But as usually, as always, I'm talking about different possibilities of learning with different indicators, Elliott waves, Fibonacci's, and everything that you can use to practice with the market at demonstration account. It is really beautiful that you have opportunity to test your live trading strategies at the demonstration account. So Fibonacci is really something universal because you can see here, for example, when we take more of those lines at the price chart, you will see probably some of those lines will occur at the same or similar levels, for example. Like you see here, if we leave this line right here, you see those levels are almost the same if we leave the Fibonacci line, main line at head and shoulder support resistance level. What I'm trying to say, it's not that only one wave is working with those levels, but different waves you see. For example, this wave retraced to some particular level, which was also a very important level of this bigger wave from before. So different waves are working with each other at Fibonacci levels. For example, we can take another line from this point at this squeeze chart, and you see when we take this line to this point, we see a support resistance that was at this particular level, which was also 38.2 of the this line I've just took. Let's do it one more time to see it more clear. Here we go. So please also remember that if you are trading with your live account, with real accounts, you have to know that some of those moments when the price will accelerate after finishing retracement, will accelerate in different direction. It's not always meaning that the price action will go higher and higher. Like you see here, for example, price moved back and came back one another time and broke this level to the downside. So Fibonacci really is showing us some particular support resistance, and it is important because most of those lines will be also support resistance of important levels from before. For example, take a look at this. You see here we got support resistance and at those few points, and we see it is exactly the same level as I took the Fibonacci line, and it showed me it is a 50% level. So it's not coincidence. Those waves from before probably are making some retracements with Fibonacci examples as well. So the market is moving with some kind of pace at whole length of its universal movements. Like for example, you see this end of this first wave I've took it for an example is also a particular level for another wave, because not only it was a Fibonacci point, or is right now, it is also the support resistance of the current wave from before. So the next wave, like this one for example, took some points as support resistance from the price action from before. Take a look for another example. If we take this wave, we see for example the all the way, if we take this big wave, we see it has been stopped or stopping by at 38.2 point level. And if we take the levels from before, I mean we match the length of the wave from before. Let's take it from the other side. What we see here, this level was also at 23.6% of this length, the smaller wave. So we are talking about the same level, which has been an important Fibonacci levels, even if we take a smaller part of the wave, and then we take the whole wave to notice that it is another level of 38.2, for example. When we take this line right here, we see this moment is very important for this one as well in those with those Fibonacci lines. So Fibonacci is something interesting to play with. So I hope you will play you will do some history research responsibly, please be careful with your real trade accounts if you are using this kind of strategy. Thank you very much for listening. Hope you got some nice, decent, useful information. Thank you very much.